Hello, my friend. This is going to be a little bit of a different video for me. Back many moons ago, I was a student of psychology. I actually got my bachelor's degree in psychology along with education because I'm just fascinated by how human brains work. And as I was trying to figure out ideas for videos for the future, the process of trying to figure out what I wanted to film for the future led me into this video, the psychology behind trends in beauty. What are people searching for and why are they searching for them? How are they related to the beauty industry and who we are as people in our society right now? So if you're interested in that topic too, hang tight. We're getting into it right now. What I did in preparation for this video is I looked at Google Trends, and anybody can access that. It's just a way to search different topics and see what people are looking for. And what I noticed as I was researching is that very little in the beauty space actually had to do with the functionality of skincare and makeup. It wasn't about purchasing it. It was about the story behind whatever was going on. What I'm gonna do for you today is I am going to break down the 3 most searched topics in the area of beauty cosmetics in the past 7 months, so all throughout 2022. And then we're gonna go into the latest searches in the past 30 days and what that says about us as beauty lovers. So let's go ahead and get into the first one. For the term beauty, one of the biggest topics that came up was the term talc. And that's because that topic spiked back in April of 2022 with the documentary Not So Pretty. The very first episode of that documentary was about the dangers of talc in cosmetics. Besides the search term talc, some related searches that show up are not so pretty, not so pretty talc. Beyond that, you have a couple of brands that do produce talc-free makeup like Rare Beauty and Ilia Beauty. Then there's searches for things like products that contain talc, talcum powder lawsuit update 2022, and then talc-free makeup brands. So what this tells me is that people really truly believed this documentary and what was presented, and what that led to was them having a strong fear. Oh my gosh, the products that I'm using could be causing cancer in my body. I need to get rid of these immediately. I need to find alternatives to the staple products that I use. If you are familiar with my channel, you do know that I am very anti-clean beauty marketing. Based on research that I've done, based on information from cosmetic chemists, cosmetic formulators, dermatologists, other professionals in the field, a lot of clean beauty marketing, including the information in Not So Pretty, are distorted. They're distorted in order to sell people things they don't need, in order to demonize certain brands or certain products so that they can filter through and get more money for the brands that do consider themselves clean. And talc is just another ingredient that's being demonized, similar to the way that parabens have been demonized. I will leave some professional sources down below for you, including Michelle from Lab Muffin Beauty Science, who did a fantastic breakdown of why this particular documentary had a lot of holes in it. But what this says about us as a society is that we will take information from documentaries, take them to heart, and then apply them to our own lives in what we are purchasing. The second trending topic really had to do with customers being confused and also possibly kind of grossed out. It was the term slugging. And the term slugging is something that has been around and has been kind of infiltrating trends for the past couple of years. Skincare influencers that make videos on slugging tend to get a ton of views. And I believe this is because the term confuses people. They're like, Well, I know a lot of people are talking about this slugging thing, but it sounds really disgusting. And if it's disgusting, do I want to do it? Do I want to be involved in this? And if I need to force myself to be involved in something that sounds so disgusting, is there a personal benefit to me? So essentially, if you've never heard of slugging, it is putting something on your face as your final step in your routine that is very, they say, occlusive. So what it does is it locks in the moisture and hydration of the products you've already used and helps them to stay in there, and so that overnight your skin can absorb all of those ingredients. Common products that people use for this are, there's a product from CeraVe, there's a product from The Ordinary, and also just straight petroleum jelly. The spike for this term happened in January of 2022, and it's kind of laid off a little bit, just very slowly. But I have a feeling this will probably come back at some point. The similar topics that people are searching for that are connected to this are specifically under eye slugging, slugging under the eyes, slugging trend, The Ordinary, which people were trying to find products from. The word occlusive, what does that mean? Does slugging clog pores? Does slugging help acne? People trying to help themselves through this new trend because it's confusing. It's a weird sounding name. What does slugging your face mean? Best product for slugging, and then slugging Urban Dictionary. I think that when we as a society, we look at something that is confusing and also gross and also maybe I want to do it, it's very intriguing. And then the third one really has to do with our human nature desire to feel a sense of superiority, to participate in the gotcha moments, to be like, nope, you're a liar. Nope, we've got you. And it all happened during the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. And the big search term was New Milani Group LLC. And the spike was in April of 2022. Common terms that were searched for that were related to that were Amber Heard, Milani Amber Heard, Milani Cosmetics Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, blah, 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 blah. Then going on to the actual product that was discussed, which is the Milani Correcting Kit, Milani Statement Amber, and then very interestingly, Milani Fresh Lip Oil. If you're not familiar with what happened in the trial between actors Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they were in a relationship. It's very complicated. I didn't watch the whole thing, but this particular piece, Amber Heard had said she'd used this particular Milani compact to cover up bruises. When Milani as a company heard this, they responded by saying that this particular compact did not exist in the time frame that Amber had said she was using it. And people were like, oh, like people were freaking out over it. But what I found very interesting about the search terms related to this is another thing that was searched for was Milani Fresh Lip Oil. So I'm wondering if people searching for Milani because of this ended up purchasing a lot of products. I wonder if Milani saw a surge in just general purchases on their website due to this, because this was a huge trending topic when you searched for cosmetics. Of course, there are a lot of other things that show up in Google Trends when you search for cosmetic-related topics. A lot of them are not really related to our beauty space, such as there's a movie called Beauty that came up a lot. It actually looks like a really good movie. Now I want to watch it. But there are a lot of other topics, but these were the ones in the past 7 months over 2022 so far that were the most popular. So then that led me to think, well, what has been the most popular in the last 30 days? And I found this very fascinating as well. So the first one that came up when I searched the last 30 days for different beauty terms was Wet n Wild Stitch Collection release date. I was like, Wet n Wild Stitch Collection? Like, do that many people actually care about the Lilo and Stitch collection from Wet n Wild? Apparently they do. And that's hitting on our human desire for nostalgia, of course. Along with that, the Bratz mini makeup. I really didn't think anybody knew about this stuff. We talked about it in my news show, What's Up in Makeup, but I had no idea that other people were talking about this. But this apparently was a big trending search in Google over the last 30 days. If you don't know, Bratz is coming out with like little mini figures and little baby mini cosmetics that are supposed to be used on the dolls, really. They're like teeny tiny, but they're very, very cute. So it's really building on that personal nostalgia from, it looks like they're trying to hit millennials mostly for these two different trends. The next one that came up I also found interesting because I don't hear a lot about Laura Geller in our space, but Laura Geller makeup reviews came up and I was thinking to myself, why would this be when we don't really hear about them much in the space? And for me, I feel like it's because Laura Geller really very strongly markets to boomers and Gen X, and not a lot of brands do that. Market to the 45 and up, 42 and up, however, whenever Gen X starts. And I think that when people find a cosmetic brand that's specifically targeted to them, they latch onto it because it feels like a trustworthy place to be. It feels like a brand. This brand understands me, they understand what I need, and I want to know if it's any good, so I'm going to start searching for reviews. This next one was the Dr. Brandt Mattifying Hydrator, and I was wondering about that. Like, why would that one be? Would it be because it's mattifying and hydrating, and maybe when people think matte, they think dry? I don't know. But then also trending next to that was BoxyCharm. So if you get BoxyCharm, did you get that product? Is that why it was being searched for? I couldn't really find anything on my own, so would love for you to weigh in on that if you know anything about that. And then the last four were all celebrity and influencer related. So we talked about this one again in What's Up in Makeup, my makeup news show, the Rhode Skin versus Rhode Fashion conflict. If you do not know, Hailey Rhode Bieber launched a skincare line called Rhode Beauty, or just Rhode, but there was already an existing fashion brand called Rhode, and the fashion brand is suing Hailey for using their name, saying that there is a conflict there between the two names and that they are going to overlap eventually, even though one is fashion and one is makeup. I will link that What's Up in Makeup episode down below if you want to know more details about that, but I think that we as humans, we really just love conflict. We want to see, not conflict necessarily with ourselves, but we like to watch conflict between other people and formulate opinions on which side we want to be on. And I think that's really what drives the interest in that topic. Hyram came up as a search, and I found that interesting because I haven't seen Hyram around a lot on YouTube, but I do think that he has a much bigger, more active following on TikTok, so that makes sense to me. Hyram's skincare routine is one that's been searched a lot in the past 30 days. And then another one that really surprised me was Jaclyn Hill being searched for. But the things that were being searched for about her on the top, for the most part, were not makeup related. I believe that they were compassion related because they're searches based on her dog Frankie and also her ex-husband John. The backstory of this is that Jaclyn Hill, mega Uber influencer, owns her own cosmetic brand called Jaclyn Cosmetics. Jaclyn and her husband John divorced in 2018, and when they divorced, Jaclyn gave her dog Frankie, or their dog together. Frankie went to John. Frankie apparently wasn't getting along with the other dogs, so John ended up taking him. Fast forward to the past couple of weeks where there were some posts put up that John was found homeless and in trouble, and Jaclyn responded on Twitter that she was praying for him. She also told her followers that Frankie had been lost about a year ago and that she didn't know what happened to him, and she's still devastated by it because she doesn't know what happened to Frankie after that. Even though a lot of these are kind of messy related, it's nice to see trending topics that are compassion related, that are looking at people and saying, wow, what a terrible situation to be in. And I think that compassion is increased because Jaclyn's compassion is definitely there for her ex-husband. When she could be full of hate and animosity and just cruelty, she is showing compassion publicly, and I think that's helping people to have a stronger attachment to her as a person and to this topic in general, and wanting to search about it and know what happened. And then finally, the last one is Kim Kardashian trending with Skin by Kim. And honestly, I feel like there's lots of reasons why Kim Kardashian trends. Some people love her, some people hate her, some people want to know more about the product, some people just want to find information so they can trash it. I mean, there's so many reasons. Along with that, she is being sued just like Hailey Bieber is being sued. She's being sued by a salon in New York. I think that her salon is in Brooklyn specifically. Her name is Sydney Lunsford. So there's a whole lawsuit there. So, I mean, there could be a million reasons why Kim Kardashian was trending in the beauty space. And I think that it's the compounding of all of those reasons why people search Kim Kardashian. So at this point, my friend, I would love to know what you think about these topics. This is just my personal subjective opinion on these things, but y'all are so freaking smart. I bet you that you have same opinions, but expanded, different opinions that are complete opposite of mine. I would love to know what you think about any of these topics I talked about today and why you think they're trending. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's different, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to do more of these if you loved it. But if you would like to hang out a little bit longer and watch another video, YouTube should be recommending a couple of them for you right over here to watch. But if it is your time to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.